Madam Clerk, takes us to the next delegation item, please.
Delegation B, Mr. Stephen Coffman introduced Patton's Pals, a veterans-owned nonprofit organization assisting homeless veterans.
Good day, Mr. Patton. Good to see you again. If you will, for the record, please state your name and address.
Yes, sir. My name is Stephen Coffman, 4080 Spencer Street.
Thank you, sir.
Before I begin, I'd like to recognize Mr. Brandon Clark, who passed away last week as a homeless veteran who passed away in a random lot of heat stroke. My immediately thought was, I wish we were already here to help. So with that, I'll begin.
Please, thank you.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Stephen Coffman. I'm an Army veteran and the founder of Patton's Pals. Since March 19th, 2023, Patton and I have served side by side throughout my alcohol recovery journey. Patton stood with me through some of the most difficult moments of my life, providing steadfast companionship, unwavering loyalty, and the quiet strength we needed the most. Today, we stand before you 39 months sober. What began as a personal fight for sobriety became a renewed commitment to purpose and service. Throughout that journey, I learned that recovery begins when the crisis ends. Lasting success requires structure, accountability, support, and a pathway forward. That lesson became Patton's Pals and ultimately the vision behind Battleborn's Veteran Village. Commissioners, the slide represents where we are today. Augusta already has strong organizations serving veterans in times of crisis, the VA domiciliary, the emergency services, shelters, and community organizations that all play a critical role. The challenge isn't lack of resources, the challenge is what happens next. When a veteran leaves treatment, they are often no longer in crisis, but they are not yet ready for complete independence. That space between the crisis and independence where many veterans struggle, not because of their lack of strength or desire to succeed, but because rebuilding a life in recovery takes time, structure, accountability, and support. It is our mission to fill that gap. This is Battleborn Barracks, a bridge between crisis and independence. Veterans would come to us via referrals from the VA and other community avenues. Once admitted, the focus is stability. Residents will participate in recovery services, life skill development, employment readiness, benefit navigation, and community engagement. They are connected to existing resources throughout Augusta while living in a structured environment that promotes accountability and growth. All veterans participating in the program will be subject to random drug testing and alcohol testing, ensuring their commitment to their program. This is not emergency housing, nor is it a permanent destination. It is a place where veterans can rebuild healthy routines, regain confidence, and prepare for the next chapter of their lives. Once a veteran has built a foundation for their success, the next step will be independent, structured living. Patton's Pals will then move them from the barracks to their very own tiny home on the Battleborn campus. Still, the standards of drug and alcohol-free lifestyle are required. Throughout the next year, while living in their tiny home, veterans will receive continued support throughout their IOP community programs, as well as additional support and benefits, such as securing employment, educational opportunities, ensuring that the veteran is prepared for life outside of Battleborn. Our goal is to create a pathway where veterans can successfully transition back into the community with confidence, skills, and the stability necessary to remain independent. After spending a year in the tiny home, eligible veterans will then receive a HUD voucher working side by side with this community government to finally find a place that is theirs. Veterans are highly trained individuals who bring a wealth of knowledge to this community. Many of them have simply lost their way while trying to adapt to civilian life after serving. As you can see, we've already begun looking for property in Augusta. This is the Walton Way Hickman tract. This is located close to the VA and the Vet Center, making an ideal spot for our operation. Here are the properties individually. In the next slide, you'll see how we plan to combine them to create Battleborn campus. We would place the barracks facing Walton Way with the tiny home village behind it. We have been in contact with the property owners. They love our vision, are excited to work with us, but we can't do this alone. The strength of our vision lies in community partnership. Augusta already has so many pieces in place necessary to bring it alive. We want to connect those pieces and create something greater, bigger than any one organization can create. We are here today asking for your guidance and leadership. We are not here asking for donations or money. We are here simply to create a pathway forward that moves our veterans out of crisis and into long-term stability and independence. We thank you for your time today. Thank you.
Mr. Coffman, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your services to this country, and thank you for what you're trying to do for our veterans in this community. It's noted. Chair recognizes Commissioner from the 2nd, Commissioner Stacy Pulliam.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
This is very much needed. My question is it similar to the Coves at Dundee in Savannah? Is it kind of a similar model to that? That's also veteran housing?
Yes, ma'am. I'm actually visiting them next week
Okay.
to have a one-on-one in Brunswick and in Savannah.
Okay.
We're also partnering with Dr. Jackson Jungle. He's been my mentor through this with his tiny home process.
Awesome.
I wish I could paint you a picture today. I can't. Together we could figure that out. I don't know exactly how it's run in the Cove. I heard Dundee is a great place. They have a huge community. We are starting off with Augusta. We're residents here. We're a veteran. We're a military town. And I believe that people like Mr. Clark fell through the crack. My time at the domiciliary was 67 days. I stayed sober. When I got out, thankfully, I had a home to come home to. There were people there, excuse me, that had been there 9 and 12 times because they had nowhere to go afterwards. We offer them the shelters, which we do great work here in Augusta, but there's nowhere for them to go to remain structured. The last thing I wanted as a combat veteran was, after 90 days, to think I knew everything, to think I knew how to handle my own recovery, how to handle my own temptations. I was wrong. I relapsed. I stand here today 39 months sober because I put God first and I focused on my priorities and made sure I focused on my work, my day-to-day work. So if I can gain that knowledge from Dundee and present it to you guys, I'm more than happy to.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm positive you're going to enjoy the tour. Me and my colleague, Commissioner Lewis, we had the opportunity to go, and I'm speaking for him, but it was just so eye-opening, and I love what they're doing out there. So I'm excited to see what your thoughts are. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Fuller.
Thank you, Commissioner Pulliam. Chair recognizes Commissioner from the 1st, Commissioner Jordan Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Coffman, thank you for being here. Mrs. Coffman, thank you for being here. Where's Patton? Patton, thank you for being here, Patton. I didn't bring any treats, but I do have some peanut butter cookies in my pocket. I'll get it to him after.
He'll dig it.
You said that you weren't asking for anything from the commission, but in a perfect world, what would be the ideal partnership that you'd be looking for us? How could the commission support your vision? The Cove was the impetus for our idea for a tiny home village. When Willie Walker, he was also a homeless veteran, he died of hypothermia, and we went down
this past year, right?
a couple years ago. Yep. Yeah, maybe 4 years ago. We went down to the Cove at Dundee and said we can do this in Augusta, and so it's absolutely doable. But I guess what my question is, what is it that we can do to support you? Is it just being aware right now? I mean, certainly I would support any letters of support to you if you look for like any federal funding or grant funding, but what would that support look like?
So as we stand here today, thank you for your question. As we stand here today, we are a nonprofit recognized by the state. Our 501c3 process has started. Unfortunately, the state is 3 to 6 months behind. Right now, my wife has brought us forth a, what is it called?
Fiscal sponsor.
A fiscal sponsor. All they do is help nonprofits like ours who can't yet get started, allows us to get, grants and funding through the federal government, through local government. They do take a percentage, but if it means that we can get started earlier, 4%, I'd give up all day. So right now, I think it would be your support behind the mission, the support behind the property that we're seeking. The Walton Way Hickman extension has been empty since 2007. In 2013, the building that was on there was demolished. The owner of the property, Clay Boardman, and I and his nephew have been in contact, and they are in full support of the project. In fact, they asked that we do not stop our partnership at the purchase of the property. They want to continue pushing our mission forward. So your prayers for us, for guidance. If you know of funding that we can work together on, that would be outstanding. But right now, a handshake and a commitment is what we're looking for today. Anything you guys can pull out of your repertoire that you know that obviously we don't as non-government officials, we'd be more than happy to and open to.
All right, well, when the time comes, just let me know, and I'll make sure to get you a letter of
Yes, sir,
support.
of course.
Okay,
I appreciate that.
thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner from the 1st. Chair recognizes Commissioner Don Clark from the 5th.
Hey, thank you, first of all, for your service. Congratulations to you for your 39 months of sobriety as well. Amazing step. Having served in combat zones just like you and I share some of the same kind of scars and some of the same things that we consistently go through on a daily basis. So you answered a couple of my questions that I did have as far as your nonprofit status and your sponsor piece of it. I think the sponsor piece is important. Seeking out the community support and the partnerships is essential as well. But I'm going to tell you, after working in the nonprofit sector, specifically with veterans, the more you're on the right path. Looking for partnerships, looking for as many levels of support towards. Because the thing about it is, with a lot of this, somebody knows something, another person knows something else, and it kind of continues to build upon it. I'll give you my contact information, probably some other things I'd like to talk to you about to make sure that you consider with everything. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you both. And thank you for standing by him. I can't tell you how many veterans that I've assisted over the years that didn't have what he has in you and in Patton. Towards continue to keep him strong and continue to keep him with a purpose. So thank you very much.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Clark. Chair recognizes Commissioner Catherine Smith Rice from the 3rd.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Coffman, thank you for being here today. This actually is in my district, so I am excited, as everyone else is, to hear about this. It is something that definitely is needed in the community. And I feel like once this gets out, that you'd have a lot of people in the community willing to support and help you out, along with us commissioners. But no, there needs to be a place. I don't know of another place.
There's not. We have shelters, we have emergency
And-
services, but
But it's needed, and it's something that would be a great asset to this community. So please, I'd love for you to reach out to me as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
I know Mr. Boardman and his nephew, so
Okay.
good people.
excellent. Seems
okay.
like we're in the right place.
Yeah, well, thank you. Look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Rice. Mr. Coffin, again, thank you so much for your dedication and your work to help those who desperately need it. We love your idea, and we're here to support you.